Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to your January 2024 astrological forecast. And you know, I'm doing all signs for this month, a monthly report, and I will always do all signs for the weekly forecast. But in the future, I may only do monthly forecasts for certain signs, because these signs, it's like not just my channel, but kind of across the board. There seems to be certain zodiac signs they're just not interested in astrology or even tarot. Okay, so there you'll notice that some tarot readers even only do certain signs, and that's why, you know, if the sign isn't interested, then it's just really not worth putting up a video for them. So like I said, in the future I will probably only do certain signs for monthly, but I will always do all zodiac signs for the weekly and other things also. But anyway, so this month, the month starts off with, on the 1st, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. Finally! Yes! Mercury direct. Okay, so that is something to look forward to, especially having a retrograde period during busy holidays and trying to travel and all that stuff. Trying to get in touch with people, not always that easy. So if you are having problems like that, they'll start to smooth out. In fact, you may even be receiving some packages or cards or something or other this month that you should have gotten last month. Okay. On the 4th, Mars leaves Sagittarius and moves into Capricorn. On the 11th, there's a new moon in Capricorn. On the 13th, Mercury moves into Capricorn again. On the 20th, the Sun moves into Aquarius, and on the very same day, Pluto moves into Aquarius again. I will be doing a video on Pluto in all the signs. Pluto in Aquarius for all the zodiac signs, okay? On the 23rd, Venus moves into Capricorn. Up until that point, it is still in Sagittarius, moved there at the very end of December on the 29th. And then on the 25th, there's a full moon in Leo. And on the 27th, Uranus turns direct. So, thank you so much for your support, your continued support. Thank you, subscribers, and thank you so much for checking on me. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, okay, and click on the notification bell, and you'll be notified each time I upload something. And also check out the links below in the description box. One is to my website, and there is another one called Ask Me a Question, which is for those of you who only want to know maybe one or two things about your chart. Okay, so now for your forecast. Happy New Year's, Pisces. So, okay, I had to make sure I had your one page there. So, the month does start off with Mercury going direct in your 10th house in Sagittarius. That's where you have Sagittarius. Okay, and Mars is still here up until the 4th, and Venus is in Sagittarius up until the 23rd. Okay, so this is all in your 10th house of your most public house. Okay, 10th house is mainly known as your career, or also just your personal reputation, but it is how the public views and speaks about you. Even, you know, like in print, if you were a celebrity or something like that, this is when you would get a lot more press or a lot more coverage. But people may actually just speak about you or talk a little bit more about you on like social media, something like that. If you're retired, you know, you still have some kind of reputation, even for your past livelihood or just your personal persona. Okay, so the 10th house is how you're known by reputation, professionally or even personally. Okay, so with Mars here like all this time, if you are still in the workforce, you know, even if you just don't work at all, or if you're self-employed, okay, you had a lot more contact with people, higher ups, or again, if you're self-employed, people who are in a position to help you along with your career, even if it's just to give you a lot of business or put in a good word for you publicly, or just like with other people. But Mars in the 10th house, it's helpful, okay? It's at home here. Mars helps with competition, and a lot of times you may be competing for a position, you know, professionally or personally. So this gives you the confidence, more or less, to move forward, like stick up for yourself, represent yourself as a worthy, you know, opponent, or a person who is worth the promotion, okay, would do best in that position. So with Mercury going direct here, if you were or interested in a past position, doesn't even have to be something recent. You know, this could even be something from the past, right? Somebody may contact you to see if you are still interested in a certain position, okay? It could be a past employer, but it could be just some kind of inquiry or whatever that you made here. Having Venus in your 10th house, I always say Venus in your 10th house, 1st house, or in your own zodiac sign means that, you know, in a way, you can do no wrong. Okay, people find you far more appealing now than they do at any other time. So if you are in the limelight, you're getting an awful lot of positive attention, okay, and recognition even. But Venus, people are mainly looking at you, your physical attributes, okay? But some will, you know, comment on your personality or your past good deeds or something or other. But just having Venus here means that, you know, people are mesmerized in a way. Just because you have Neptune in your 1st house, it is your ruling planet. You also have Saturn there at the same time. But Neptune does rule illusion and just like vivid imagery, all kinds of like really beautiful things, especially when it comes to art. Okay, so that is how people may be viewing you at this time, but you're very, very appealing, okay? So Mars does move into Capricorn on the 4th, into your 11th house where you have Capricorn. There's a new moon here on the 11th. Mercury moves here again. It was already here last month and then turned retrograde and fell back into Sagittarius, but now it's in direct motion, moving back into forward motion, okay, into Capricorn in your 11th house. And Venus moves here on the 23rd, okay? And Pluto is actually leaving this area on the 20th. It's been there for many, many years, okay? But anyways, having all of these, you know, the sun is here also up until the 20th, okay? So you've already, you know, your 11th house is your house of your friends and acquaintances, where you would normally go to hang out. This is wanting to socialize in person, but you don't always have to. You could actually just socialize online and social media. This is any kind of group or organization you belong to, and it's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Okay, now like I said, Pluto has been here for many, many years. I do believe it falls back into Capricorn again this year, you know, and before it fully moves into Aquarius for good. But having Pluto here means that you may have met socially a lot of people who have changed your ideas in some way or other. You may have a completely new crowd of people that you hang out with. They could be like a force for change, you know, if you belong to some kind of organization that, I don't know, champions other people's rights or something or other, or even animals, you know, whatever, justice for the treatment of animals or something like that, okay? So you may have noticed your group of friends kind of changing in such a way. There may have also been someone there who really affected you in some way or other positively by helping you to see like the deeper meaning in a lot of things. But there may have also been at least one person in your group of friends that was power hungry or power crazy and really tried to kind of rule the whole group in some way or other. You know, they were the ones, they thought they were the leader of the pack, more or less. Always, you know, you felt like you had to do whatever they wanted to do, or whatever suggestion they made was always supposed to be taken into more consideration than others for some reason or other. Who knows why? Okay, but you went along with it, or other people went along with it. Well, anyways, this person's power, when this planet moves, it's gone, more or less. Okay, so there aren't a lot of people influencing you because you're influencing yourself. Okay, so anyways, around that new moon of the 11th in your 11th house, okay, could start like some kind of new beginning with a group of friends, or even just one new person that comes into your life for some reason or other. They could come in socially or some roundabout way. You may meet them when you're out somewhere, you know, socializing, entertaining, you know, doing something or other that puts you in touch with a group of people, or even networking in some way or other. You could actually be doing this for a position professionally, for your career, but it could also just be for personal reasons. So you could be meeting an awful lot of new people, especially with Mercury going back here, okay? When it was here last month, you know, you were already out there socializing in a way. Maybe not so much as you are now, because with the sun here, it does kind of highlight this area. You're in touch more with your group of friends, or you feel like going out more and actually seeing them in person or meeting new people. Okay, so the sun does move into Aquarius in your 12th house where you have Aquarius, okay? Pluto moves here on the 20th. Okay, I do have to mention Venus moving into Capricorn on the 11th, okay, into your 11th house. So, you know, this could be a time where maybe you socialize even more. You go to some kind of live event or a club, a bar, you know, something or other. But you could meet somebody online or in person. With Venus here, it does make you a lot more sociable. And you are meeting, I don't want to say nicer people, but you have a rapport with people that you meet right now that's kind of like immediate. They really take a liking to you, okay, and vice versa. But anyways, with the Sun and Pluto on the 20th in your 12th house, and then a full moon on the 25th in your 6th house where you have Leo, okay, it's directly across from your 12th house. Leo is the opposite sign of Aquarius. Okay, your 12th house is behind the scenes, actions by you or someone else. It's secrets and confidences. It is the subconscious mind, dreams, all kinds of stuff, okay? So a lot of times when planets are here, you know, especially the personal planets like Mercury through Sun, the Sun through Mercury, that move like monthly, you know, you're like recharging your batteries. It's a little bit of your downtime, but not so much because you still have all these planets in Capricorn in your 11th house. But you are pulling away just a little bit to spend some time on yourself. Okay, and that's what this is. When planets are in your 12th house, especially the sun, it's like you're preparing yourself for when planets move into your first house and you're like back on the scene again, like full force, because the sun in your first house makes you shine more than any other time, okay? Also in your 10th house, but it's more important when it's in your first house. But anyways, this full moon is taking place in your 6th house of the workplace, your co-workers, the kind of work that you do, your work schedule. It's also the house of health, the house of small pets, okay, and the house of service to others, okay? Now, okay, Pisces is seen as a very sensitive and very sign, okay? Altruism is more or less, in a way, associated with Aquarius, a little bit more than it is with you. But there is something going on here, you know, with Saturn in your first house, along with Neptune, your ruling planet, where somebody could be leaning on you heavily, okay, giving you some kind of sob story that, you know, that they need your help. They want your help in some way or other. And what I always say is, with this service to other thing, okay, in the 6th house, is it's a mutual arrangement that you have with someone because someone needs your help in some way or other, even if it's for you to just listen to them so they could dump on you in a way, okay, their problems. But they offer to do something for you in return, okay, so you both benefit from the arrangement. So someone may have already, you know, tried something like this, or they were successful at creating some kind of an arrangement with you that apparently is not working out, okay? Even if it's just you watching their pets when they're away or something or other, you know, it's becoming a little bit more of a burden than it should have been. And that's what this full moon is here for. It's here to get rid of whatever, something that isn't working out. That's what full moons do. They bring an issue or problem to the surface so it can be dealt with and done away with. So if you're in any kind of arrangement like that, this is the time to speak up and end it if that's what you want to do. It's also the time to speak up at work. Okay, if you have a coworker that's just a real pain in the ass, you know, and you want them to just, I don't know, stay away from you, leave you out of it. There could be somebody that tries to drag you into all kinds of gossip and tries to get you to side with them against either the employer or co-workers or anything. They're an instigator, okay? So this is the time to end something like that also. It is also, because of all the planets that you've had in your 10th house, if you have been looking for another job, obviously in secret, let's hope, okay? This could be the day that you leave. You know, you quit your job, or you notify, put in your 2 weeks notice, you know, let them know you're not going to be around anymore. You found another position. Or you could be starting a new position within your present company if you work for someone else. Or if you're self-employed and you had to make changes with your clients, this is the day. That full moon might not go smoothly. They might not like it, but you know what? It's for your benefit, not theirs. Whatever, okay? I do have to mention that Uranus in Taurus in your 3rd house turns direct on the 27th, okay? It won't affect you too much right away. It will help with your communications in your 3rd house. That's a big communication and travel house. You may have been getting other people's mail like more than once, or just stuff that neighbors, even their packages or whatever, something weird happening, I would have to say, within your neighborhood and your neighbors. Okay, I believe, you know, that once this planet gets fully moving forward, everything will work out. Okay. So, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Pisces on the 14th and 15th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Virgo, and those dates are the 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 10th, 11th, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. The best time for money is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 30th, and 31st. And the best time for your career is the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So, Happy New Year to you. I hope you have a wonderful year ahead. Check out my weekly forecast. See you later. Goodbye.